Hi there, readers or listeners. My name is Olivia Hickam, and today I'm going to be reading for you guys Anansi and the Moss-Covered Rock. Okay, there's a hippo. We got a little spider. This is retold by Eric A. Kimmel and illustrated by Jeanette Stevens. Once upon a time, Anansi the spider was walking through the forest when something caught his eye. It was a strange moss-covered rock. "How interesting," Anansi said. "Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?" I believe this is Anansi. Kapoom! Everything went black. Down fell Anansi, senseless. An hour later, Anansi woke up. His head was spinning. He wondered what had happened. "I was walking along the path when something caught my eye. I stopped and said, 'Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?'" Kapow! Down fell Anansi again. This time when he woke up an hour later, he knew what was happening. "Aha," said Anansi. "This is a magic rock, and whenever anyone comes along and says the magic word, 'Isn't this strange?' Down he goes. This is a good thing to know," said Anansi. "I know just how to use it." You can tell I'm not a teacher because I'm not used to showing pictures. So Anansi went walking through the forest until he came to Lion's house. Lion was sitting on his porch. At his feet was a great pile of yams. Anansi loved yams, but he was too lazy to dig them up himself. Anansi said to Lion, "Hello, Lion. It's very hot today. Don't you think so?" "Yes, Anansi," said Lion. "It is terribly hot." "I'm going for a walk in the cool forest," said Anansi. "Would you like to come?" "I certainly would," said the Lion. So Lion and Anansi went walking through the forest. After a while, Anansi led Lion to a certain place. "Lion, do you see what I see?" "Oh yes, Anansi," said Lion. "Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?" Kapow! Down fell Lion. Anansi ran back to Lion's house and made off with Lion's yams. An hour later, his head was spinning. Anansi was nowhere in sight, and when he got home, he found that every single one of his yams was gone. Lion was very sad. I don't know how Anansi took the yams, but it's a little spider. And then I think that Lion has a little pet reptile, lizard. But Anansi was very happy. He couldn't wait to play his trick again. Once more, Anansi went walking through the forest. This time, he stopped at Elephant's house. Elephant was sitting on the porch. At Elephant's feet was a great pile of bananas. Anansi loved bananas, but he was too lazy to pick them himself. So he said to Elephant, "Hello, Elephant. Isn't it hot today?" "It is," Elephant agreed. "I'm going for a walk in the cool forest," Anansi said. "Would you like to come?" "That sounds nice," said Elephant. "Thank you for inviting me, Anansi." So here we got elephant, bananas, and tea, and then a Nancy. So a Nancy and elephant went walking through the forest. After a while, a Nancy led an elephant to a certain place. Elephant, look, do you see what I see? Elephant looked. Yes, I do, Nancy. Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock? Kapow! Down fell elephant. And Nancy ran back to elephant's house and made off with all the bananas. An hour later, elephant woke up. His head was spinning, and Nancy was nowhere in sight. And when he got home, he found that every single one of his bananas was gone. Elephant was very sad. Oh. But Nancy was very happy. He couldn't wait to play his trick again on the rhino and hippopotamus. He played it on giraffe and zebra. He played it on every single animal in the forest. But all this time, watching from behind the leaves, was little bush deer. Little bush deer is small and shy and very hard to see. She watched Nancy play his wicked trick again and again on all the other animals. Little bush deer decided it was time for Nancy to learn a lesson. Can you see the little bush deer? So little bush deer went deep into the forest to where the coconut trees grew. She climbed into a coconut tree and threw down a great many coconuts. She carried the coconuts home into a basket and set them on her porch. Then she sat down beside them to wait. So here's her waiting on her porch with the coconuts. And then a Nancy's coming. In a little while came a Nancy. Nancy's eyes lit up when he saw little bush deer's coconuts. Nancy loved coconuts. He loved to eat the tender white coconut meat and drink the sweet coconut milk inside. But he was too lazy to gather coconuts himself. Instead, he said, "Hello, little bush deer. It is so hot today." Little bush deer smiled. "It is very hot, Nancy. I'm going for a walk in the cool forest. Would you like to come?" "Yes, I would," said little bush deer. So, Nancy and little bush deer went walking in the cool forest. After a while, Nancy led little bush deer to a certain place. "Little bush deer, look over there. Do you see what I see?" Little bush deer knew all about Nancy's trick. She looked, "Nancy, I don't see anything." "You must see it. It looks very carefully." Little bush deer looked. "No, I still don't see anything." Nancy began to get angry. "You must see it. Look over here. Look right here where I'm pointing. Do you see it now?" "No, Nancy," said little bush deer. Nancy stamped his legs. "You see it. You just don't want to say it." "Say what?" said little bush deer. "You know." "Is this what I'm supposed to say?" "Yes," said Nancy. "All right, then I'll say it to make you happy." "You know," said little bush deer. "There, I said it. Are you satisfied?" "No," Nancy shouted. "You're not supposed to say you know. What am I supposed to say? You're supposed to say, 'Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?'" Kapoom! Down fell Nancy. Little Bush Deer ran home and got all the other animals. Together they went to Anansi's house and took back all the things he had stolen from them. Got the giraffe and her lemons, the zebra and his oranges, the hippo and his pineapple, rhinoceros and his watermelon, elephant and bananas, and yams with the lion. An hour later, Anansi woke up. His head was spinning. Little Bush Deer was nowhere in sight, and when he got home, he found his house as empty as it was before. But if you think Anansi learned his lesson, you're mistaken, because he's still playing tricks to this very day.
Hi there, I'm Julia, and I'm going to read you a book today called Bear Feels Sick. It's written by Karma Wilson, and it is illustrated by Jane Chapman. Bear Feels Sick. There's Bear in his den. Bear Feels Sick by Karma Wilson, illustrated by Jane Chapman. Alone in his cave as the autumn winds blow, Bear feels achy with a stuffed up nose. He tosses and he turns, all huddled in a heap. Bear feels tired, but he just can't sleep. He sniffs and he sneezes, he whiffs and he wheezes, and the bear feels sick. His friends gather round. Come out, Bear, and play. Bear shakes his head. I'm too sick today. Mouse mutters, oh my, Bear's head is too hot. Hare says, we will help. Here's a warm, cozy spot. See, they got him all wrapped in a blanket. Bear mumbles and he moans, he grumbles and he groans, and the bear feels sick. Mouse squeezes Bear tight, he whispers in his ear, it'll be just fine, your friends are all here. Badger fetches water, Gopher cooks the broth, while Mole soothes Bear with a cool, wet cloth. Look at all of them doing all that stuff for their friend Bear. They cover Bear up and he drinks from a cup, but he still feels sick. Raven says, caw, come along, Owl and Wren, let's go gather herbs to bring back to the den. They coax Bear to sip, just a smidgen of tea. You'll feel better soon, said Mouse, just wait and see. Bear shakes and he shivers, he coughs and he quivers, and he still feels sick. Oh no. Do you think Bear's gonna get better? I don't know, we'll see. The friends fuss and fret, the friends cook and care, they keep a close eye on their poor, poor, sick Bear. They all talk in whispers, they walk on tippy toes, they sing lullabies, then the bear starts to doze. Oh good, he's sleeping now. They've watched Bear for hours, we've done all we could, then the bear wakes up. And the bear feels good. Bear cries, I'm all better, I'm feeling like new, I'm not hot and achy, it's all thanks to you. Let's celebrate now, let's go out and play, let's jump in the leaves, let's frolic all day. Then Mouse starts to wheeze and Hare starts to sneeze and the friends feel sick. Bear murmurs, don't worry, and tucks them in bed. He bundles them up and he kisses each head. Look at them all tucked under the blanket. He tells all his friends, "You'll soon feel like new. You took care of me, now I'll take care of you." The end.
Hey guys, so today we're reading The Big Honey Hunt by Stanley and Janice Berenstein. We ate our honey, we ate a lot. Now we have no honey in our honey pot. Go get some honey, go get some more. Go get some honey from the honey store. We will go for honey. Come on, small bear. We will go for honey, and I know where. To the store, she said. Get it there. Not at the store. Oh no, small bear. If a bear is smart, if a bear knows how, he goes on a honey hunt. Watch me now. How do you hunt it? How, Dad, how? If a bear knows how, if a bear is smart, he looks for a bee right at the start. Bees hide their honey in trees that are hollow, so we will find a bee to follow. Is that a bee? He went, buzz, buzz. He looks like a bee. Why, yes, he does. We will follow that bee. We will follow that bee. We will follow that bee to his honey tree. That tree, is that a honey tree? It looks like one, so I know it's one. Sit down, small bear, and watch the fun. Small bear, do you watch your smart old dad take out more honey than you ever had? Are you getting honey? Are you getting a lot? We will take home honey in our honey pot. And you can see there's an owl in the tree, not honey. That is not a honey bee. That was not a honey tree. The bee, there goes the bee. Bzz. On with the honey hunt. Follow your pop. Your pop will find honey at the very next stop. And we will follow and follow and follow along. I will find a new tree, and I won't be wrong. Is that honey? How do you know? Well, it just looks so, and feels so, looks so, feels so. It's so. Now watch, honey, small bear. I'm about to take that good old honey out. How are you doing? Are you getting a lot? Are you getting much honey? Or are you not? And you can see the porcupines in the tree. Wrong kind of tree, wrong kind of tree. Look, Dad, there goes your friend the bee. On with the hunt, I will not rest. I will follow that bee to his honey nest. When a bear is smart, when a bear is clever, he never gives up, and I won't ever. Dad, is that a bee in the tree there? I know it is. Why, yes, small bear. I can't be wrong, like the last tree was. Only a bee tree goes buzz, buzz. Are you getting any honey? Are you doing well? Or is something wrong? I smell a smell. You can see there are skunks in the tree. Wrong kind of tree, wrong kind of tree. The bee, I see the bee. If you want to get honey, there is just one way. You must follow your bee if it takes all day. If a bear is smart, if a bear is bright, a bear keeps going if it takes all night. He went in there, your friend the bee. He went in there. Is this our tree? Now let me think. Now let me see. This looks just like a honey tree. And it feels just like a honey tree. And it goes buzz, buzz like a honey tree. And it tastes just like a honey tree. And so you see, this tree must be a honey tree. I never saw more honey, never. Now don't you think your dad is clever? I think you are very clever, Dad, but your friends the bees are very mad. But Dad, you left the honey there. It was not the kind of honey I want, Small Bear. I will get you honey, I said I would, but that bee's honey was not too good. Where are you going to find the honey? Here in the water? Now that seems funny. No, we won't find honey in here, Small Bear, but soon, very soon, I'll show you where. When the bees have gone, we will get along too. Your dad is smart, and he knows what to do. But how will you do it, Dad? How, Dad? How? The best sort of honey never comes from bees. It comes from a store. I would like some, please. The end.
Caps for sale. Caps for sale. Caps for sale, told and illustrated by Esfir Slobodkina. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler, carrying his wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. First he had on his own checked cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. He walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and he walked down the street calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel very hungry, but he had no money for lunch. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," said he, and he walked out of town, slowly, slowly, so as not to upset his caps. He walked a long time until he came to a great big tree. "That's a nice place for a rest," thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put up his hand to feel if they were straight. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. Then he woke up. He was refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in back of him, no caps. He looked behind the tree, no caps. Then he looked up into the tree, and what do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or a brown or a blue or a red cap. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. "You monkeys, you," he said, shaking a finger at them. "You give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their fingers back at him and said, "Tss, tss, tss." This made the peddler angry, so he shook both hands at them and said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him and said, "Tz, tz, tz." Now he felt quite angry. He stamped his foot and he said, "You monkeys, you better give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tz, tz, tz." By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stamped both his feet and shouted, "You monkeys, you must give me back my caps." But the monkeys only stamped their feet back at him and said, "Tz, tz, tz." At last he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap, threw it on the ground, and began to walk away. But then each monkey pulled off his cap, and all the gray caps, and all the brown caps, and all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, slowly he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end.
5 Little Monkeys Bake a Birthday Cake by Eileen Crystallo. 5 little monkeys wake up with the sun. Today is Mama's birthday. 5 little monkeys tiptoe past Mama sleeping. Let's bake a birthday cake. Shh, don't wake up Mama. 1 little monkey reads the recipe. 2 cups of flour, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Sift everything together. But don't sneeze, you'll wake up Mama. Achoo! Shh, don't wake up Mama. 5 little monkeys check on Mama. She's still asleep. We can finish making the cake. 1 little monkey reads the recipe. Add 4 eggs. 4 little monkeys each get some eggs. I have 2 eggs. I have 2 eggs. I have 3 eggs. I have 3 eggs. And we need sugar and oil. Don't spill the oil. But 1 little monkey spills. And another little monkey slips and falls. Crash! Yikes! Shh! Don't wake up Mama. 5 little monkeys check on Mama. She's still asleep. We can finish making the cake. 1 little monkey reads the recipe. Next, mix everything together and put it in pans. Then, bake the cake in the oven. Another little monkey says, "Now we can go to our room and make a present for Mama." 5 little monkeys start to make a present. Shh, don't wake up Mama. Bang, bang. 1 little monkey says, "Do you smell something burning?" 5 little monkeys race past Mama sleeping. Shh, don't wake up Mama. Oh no, the cake dripped all over. Turn off the oven. Save the cake. Shh, don't wake up Mama. Woo, woo, woo. Look, here comes a fire engine, says 1 little monkey. Shh, don't wake up Mama, says another little monkey. Where's the fire, shouts the fireman. It's not a fire, sniffs 1 little monkey. We ruined Mama's birthday cake. Wait, says another little monkey. This cake doesn't taste too bad. Frosting might help, says a fireman. 5 little monkeys and 2 firemen frost the cake. Now we can wake up Mama. 5 little monkeys and 2 firemen sing to Mama very, very loudly. And Mama wakes up. What a wonderful surprise, she says. But my birthday is tomorrow. Oh no, says 5 little monkeys. But can we still have birthday cake for breakfast? Why not, says Mama. 5 little monkeys, 2 firemen, and Mama think the birthday cake is delicious. One little monkey whispers, "We can bake another cake tomorrow." Another little monkey says, "Shh, don't wake up Mama." The end.
Hi guys! I'm going to be reading Froggy Plays Soccer for you today by Jonathan London and Frank Romikowitz. I don't think I said that right. And I am Emily Hyde. Let's get started. Froggy plays soccer. See Froggy, he doesn't head the ball very good. It's by Jonathan London, illustrated by Frank Romikowitz. Froggy couldn't sleep. He looked out the window. The full moon was rising. It looked like a soccer ball. "Tomorrow's a big game," he said out loud. "If we beat the Wild Things, we'll win the City Cup." In the morning, Froggy was bursting to go. He pulled on his underwear. Zap! Tugged on his soccer shorts. Zeep! Snapped on his shin guards. Snap! Wiggled on his soccer shirt. Zlim! And pulled on his soccer socks. Zoop! And put on his cleats. Zup, zup. "Froggy!" called his father. Froggy's father was the assistant coach. "What?" "Let's go. We'll be late for the game." Froggy flopped outside. Flop, flop, flop. "Remember," said Froggy's dad, "only the goalie can catch the ball, and you're not the goalie. Now repeat after me. Head it, boot it, knee it, shoot it, but don't use your hands." And Froggy saying, "Head it, boot it, knee it, shoot it, but don't use your hands," all the way to the soccer field. At the soccer field, the coach, Max's mother, said, "We're a team. We're the dream team." "Hooray!" screamed the dream team. Soon the game was on. Froggy was doing cartwheels. Froggy was picking daisies. Froggy was picking his nose. Ew. The ball bounced off his chest. He gave a mighty kick and missed the ball. But Max trapped it and passed it to BJ, who slammed it right into the net. Goal! It was 1-0, Dream Team. The goalie doesn't even know what's going on. Again, the two teams faced off. The whistle blew. The Dream Team charged down the field towards the Wild Things. Froggy was tying his shoe. Froggy's dad was yelling, "Defense! Defense!" The ball hit Froggy in the head, bonk, and knocked him down. He was great at defense. Not really. At halftime, the Dream Team held the lead. "Now remember," said Froggy's dad, and they all chanted together. "Head it, boot it, knee it, shoot it, but don't use your hands." The whistle blew and the second half started. A fly circled by. "Froggy!" called the coach. "What?" "Keep your eye on the..." Thwap! The ball smacked him right in the eye. Froggy was mad now. The Wild Things were stampeding, and Matthew, the Dream Team's goalkeeper, there's Matthew, was chasing the ball. Now the goal was unguarded. This was Froggy's chance. He leapfrogged over Travis. He leapfrogged over Matthew. He leapfrogged over the Wild Things forward, who was firing the ball. And what a save! Froggy caught it right before the net. But uh-oh, he used his hands. "Oops," cried Froggy, looking more red in the face than green. He looked so silly. The Dream Team laughed, but not for long. The penalty for using his hands was a free kick at the goal for the Wild Things star forward. The Wild Things star forward kicked and scored. Now it was a tied game. But it wasn't over yet. And when there was 1 minute left, the crowd went crazy. The clock was ticking, and the ball was coming right towards Froggy. "Froggy!" yelled his dad. "What?" But Froggy knew what to do. He jammed his hands in his armpits, he stuffed them in his pockets, he stuck them in his mouth, and then he power kicked the ball so far down the field that it bounced right over the goalie's head. Smack into the goal. Yes! The Dream Team had won the City Cup. They shouted and danced, and Froggy sang, "Head it, boot it, knee it, shoot it, but don't use your hands." Except to slap high five, slap, slap, slap. And here's a high five for you. I also have a first place medal. The end.
Hi, my name's Tucker Stanley, and I'll be reading I'm Sorry by Gina and Mercer Mayer. Whenever I do something wrong, I just say, I'm sorry. I knocked my sister off her bicycle by accident. I said, I'm sorry. I left my sister's jump rope at the park. I said, I'm sorry. We had to walk all the way back to get it. I used my brother's blanket for my super critter cape. I got dirty when I was playing outside. I said, I'm sorry. When I was playing hide and seek with my sister, I got tangled in the curtain and pulled it down. I said, I'm sorry. When I was trying to reach my favorite book, I knocked all the other books down. I said, I'm sorry. Mom helped me put them all back. Mom said, the baby is napping, so please play quietly. I forgot to play quietly. I woke the baby. I said, I'm sorry. Mom said, go play outside. I didn't know the baby's bedroom window was open. I'm sorry, Mom, I said. When I was playing football, I got tackled in Mom's garden. I said, sorry. Mom and Dad asked me to close my bedroom window when it rained, but I forgot. I said, I'm sorry. I didn't empty my pockets before Mom washed my pants. I said, I'm sorry. Mom said, that's what you said last time. I really wasn't sorry that I forgot to clean my room. I hate doing that. But I really was sorry when I stepped in a mud puddle with my new shoes, and that I didn't wash my hands before I picked up the baby's bunny. But I was especially sorry that I left the top off my ant farm. At dinner, Dad put some broccoli on my plate. I said, I'm sorry, I don't like broccoli. Dad said, I'm sorry, you have to eat some anyway. I was kind of messy when I was taking a bath. I said, I'm sorry. Dad made me clean up the bathroom. After I took apart my sister's dollhouse, I couldn't put it back together. I said I was sorry. My sister called Mom. Mom! While Mom fixed the dollhouse, I was supposed to watch my little brother. Oops. I said, I'm sorry, Mom. Mom said, sometimes saying I'm sorry just isn't good enough. I didn't know that. If saying I'm sorry isn't good enough, I guess I'll just have to be more careful. Thanks for listening.
Should I Share My Ice Cream by Mo Willems. Ice cream! Get your cold ice cream for a hot day. Oh boy, ice cream! One ice cream, please. Here you go. Oh boy, I love ice cream. Wait. Piggy loves ice cream too. Piggy is my best friend. Should I share my ice cream with her? Should I share my awesome, yummy, sweet, super great, tasty, nice, cool ice cream? Maybe Piggy does not like this flavor. Sharing a flavor Piggy does not like would be wrong. I will eat my ice cream. Wait. Piggy does like this flavor. It is very yummy. I will share my ice cream. It will not be easy. Hey, Piggy is not here. She does not know I have ice cream. I will eat the ice cream. Where is Piggy? What if she is sat somewhere? I must find her. When I do, I will say, "Would you like some of my ice cream?" Then she will say, "Thank you, that would cheer me up." Then I will give her my ice cream to share. Yum. Then my best friend will be happy. I will do it. I will share my ice cream. No! Now Piggy cannot have any of my ice cream. Now I cannot have any of my ice cream. I blew it. You look sad. Would you like some of my ice cream? Thank you. That would cheer me up. Yum. That was not my plan. Oh well. This works too.
Hi everyone. Do you like my costume? Think it's funny? Well, today we're reading a book about what's not funny, called That's Not Funny. That's Not Funny by Adrian Johnson. Alfie likes to laugh. Ha ha ha. In particular, he likes to laugh at other people's misfortune, says the mouse, Mr. Swiss. Alfie laughs at his grandpa all the time. He switched the salt and the sugar. One Saturday, when Grandpa said, "Care to go into town?" Alfie said, "Oh yes, there'd be a lot of things to laugh at in town." On the way to the station, Alfie chuckled when a mean-looking dog chased the mailman down the street. The dog is chasing the mailman. Outside Buckingham Palace, he giggled when one of the guards tripped over Mr. Swiss. In the park, he laughed a rackety laugh when a jogger jogged straight into a tree. Outside the department store, He cackled gleefully when a window cleaner accidentally soaked a tourist. The bucket fell on his head, and the window cleaner said, "Sorry, mister." "What a funny day," said Alfie. "Well, I can't see what you find so funny," said Grandpa. On the way home, Grandpa had an idea. "Let's go to the circus," Grandpa said. But Alfie wasn't so sure. He sulked all the way to Barry Manchego's big top of big cheese. Alfie watched the acrobats, but there wasn't even a sign of a giggle, a cackle, or a chuckle out of him. "Let's go and see the clown," said Grandpa. "That will make you laugh." But Mr. Swiss had his eye on something else. "Holy menthol! It's the world's largest cheese!" Before Alfie could stop him, Mr. Swiss had vanished. Mr. Swiss raced across the big top and past Oberon the elephant. Oberon jumped so high that he nearly hit the roof, and Alfie is saying, "Come back, Mr. Swiss." Then Oberon began to drop. Right onto Alfie. The audience saw the whole thing. There was a giggle, a cackle, and a chuckle, and they all exploded into laughter. "That's not funny," said Alfie, but actually it was. Wouldn't you agree? The end. That's Not Funny. Thanks for watching.
The Berenstein Bears. The Bears Vacation by Jan and Stan Berenstein. Hooray, hooray, we're on our way. Our summer vacation starts today. And here we are. What a wonderful trip. Let's get in the water. Let's go for a dip. Small bear, don't you go too far. I want to see you wherever you are. Don't you worry, don't you fear. I'll show him all the dangers here. I'm watching, Dad. I'm all set to go. Then here's the first rule you should know. Obey all warning signs. Look around. Are there any warning signs to be found? Oh no. There is one, and I think you should know. It says in big letters, "Strong undertow." Ah yes, small bear, you're right, it does. Do you see how good my first rule was? Yes, Papa, here, catch hold of this line. I'll be safe when I swim now. That lesson was fine. Yeah. You will be safe when diving too. After I give rule number 2. Look first, then dive when all is clear. Now, let's take a look. Is there anything near? Yes, Dad, there is. I see a twig. Never mind that. It's not very big. You proved it, Dad. Even a twig can be bad. Ouch. Right, my son, that is very true. It's a pleasure to teach these rules to you. Dad, I'll remember the rules you gave. Now, let's go surfing. Let's ride on a wave. It says, surfboards for rent. Now we go on to rule number 3. Beware of all rocks when surfing at sea. Look, Papa, rocks right there ahead. We should beware of them like you said. Those rocks are much too far away. The surf will not reach those rocks today. Oh no. Oh no. Then, on the other hand, we might end up on those rocks. You see, I was right. I think I understand safety now. Thank you, Dad, for showing me how. But I have much more to tell you, my son. My safety rules have only begun. When people vacation at the shore, they like to take walks. They like to explore. So watch your step is rule number 4. There are many sharp shells along the shore. Here's a sharp one. I'll step with care. But may I keep it? It looks quite rare. Wait now, don't touch anything yet. There's another rule you have to get. Here it is, rule number 5. Watch what you touch. It may be alive. Rule 4 and 5 are good to know. Now I'll be safe wherever I go. Not quite, my son. Hop into this boat. You must learn the rule for safety afloat. Oh, here. Out in a boat, you must take care. And here is rule number 6, small bear. Keep a sharp lookout. It's easy to do. Watch me now. I'll do it for you. See, like this. Only a fool would sail out the sea without this rule. Where's he looking? Look at the ship. It's a very good rule. I can see that, Dad. Without it, things might get very bad. Ooh, they look scared. I've been happy to learn all you had to teach. Are we ready now to go back to the beach? I have one rule more before we go, and then you'll know all you need to know. One more thing people do at the shore. They go into water and explore. In exploring underwater places, there are many, many dangerous spaces. And my last rule is simple and clear. Stay out of caves when exploring down here. Oh no. This cave is big and wide. It might be safe to go inside. But Papa, do you think you should? Something tells me it wouldn't be good. Ooh. Those look like teeth and an eyeball and a tail. As I was saying, stay out of small spaces and any other dangerous places. Ooh, it's chasing them. Wow, I learned that rule very fast. Pow! me, Dad. Was that the last? Yes, that rule was the very last one. My safe vacation rules are done. Oh no, he looks a little beat up. Ma, you won't have to worry anymore. Pa taught me how to be safe at the shore. Aw. The end.
Tienes un pájaro en la cabeza por Mo Willems. Tienes un pájaro en la cabeza. Cerdita. ¿Tengo algo en la cabeza? Sí. Tienes un pájaro en la cabeza. ¿Tengo un pájaro en la cabeza? ¡Ay! ¿Todavía tengo un pájaro en la cabeza? No. Ahora tienes 2 pájaros en la cabeza. ¿Qué hacen 2 pájaros en mi cabeza? Están enamorados. ¿Los pájaros en mi cabeza están enamorados? Son pájaros enamorados. Enamorados. ¿Cómo sabes que están enamorados? Porque está haciendo un nido. 2 pájaros están haciendo un nido en mi cabeza. ¿Por qué quieren 2 pájaros hacer un nido en mi cabeza? No me atrevo a preguntar. ¿Tengo un huevo en la cabeza? 1, 2, 3. Tienes 3 huevos en la cabeza. No quiero tener 3 huevos en la cabeza, pues te tengo buenas noticias. ¿Ya no están los huevos? Sí, se están abriendo. ¿Abriéndose? ¿Los huevos en mi cabeza se están abriendo? Pip, pip, pip. Han nacido. Ahora tengo 3 pajaritos en la cabeza y 2 pájaros y un nido. Yo no quiero 3 pajaritos, 2 pájaros y un nido en la cabeza. ¿Dónde los quieres? En cualquier otro sitio. ¿Por qué no les pides que se vayan a otro sitio? ¿Pedírselo? Pedírselo. Voy a pedírselo. Disculpen, pajaritos. ¿Podrían irse a otro sitio? Claro que sí. Funcionó. Adiós. Ya no tengo pájaros en la cabeza. Gracias, Cerdita. Muchas gracias. De nada. El fin.
Hola, me llamo Karina y voy a leerte un libro titulado No es una caja por Antoinette Portes. ¿Qué haces sentado en esa caja? No es una caja. ¿Por qué te has subido a la caja? No es una caja. ¿Por qué echas agua a la caja? Ya te he dicho que no es una caja. ¿Y ahora te vistes con la caja? Esto no es una caja. Pero, ¿todavía andas a vueltas con la caja? Que no y no es una caja. Entonces, ¿qué es? es mi, no es una caja. Gracias.